I love makeup shopping, but when something doesn't quite work out, it's definitely not as fun. So that's why today I'm going over what you can and can't return to Sephora. The nutshell version of Sephora's return policy is pretty simple. As long as the product is new or gently used, you have a receipt, and it's been less than a year, then you should be able to return the product without a problem. If it doesn't meet one of those requirements, that's where things get a little bit more complicated. So first off, let's talk about new or gently used. New, pretty straightforward. In its packaging, never been used, pristine, awesome. Gently used, however, is a little bit more of a gray area. When I was working at Sephora, in general, as long as there was half or more of the product, you were good to go, but we saw managers occasionally approving returns with less or sometimes no product available. So if you're not sure, definitely either call ahead or go in and ask. The worst they can say is no. Now, as far as the receipt goes, it doesn't have to be a physical receipt. If you have a Beauty Insider card and used your Beauty Insider card to make your purchase, they have all your purchases saved. So typically they can look up the receipt that way. They also can sometimes look up the receipt with the credit card or debit card that you use. So give that a try as well. Now, if you don't have your receipt, then you'll need to provide some form of government-issued ID. They have a third-party system that will vet against any fraud, and they may or may not accept the return. I should add that even if you do have your receipt or they're able to look it up, you'll get your money back in the form that you paid for it. So if you have a Sephora gift card, you'll get a Sephora gift card back. If you paid with a credit card, you'll get it back onto that credit card. If it's been over a year since you purchased the item, the return may be a little trickier. They may be able to still find the transaction in their system or process the return without a receipt. If they give you any pushback, just ask nicely if there's anything else that they can do. Remember, when it comes to customer service, you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. When it comes to Sephora.com purchases or Sephora inside JCPenney purchases, the rules are a little bit different. In general, a good rule of thumb is that if you bought an item at Sephora at JCPenney, you can return it to Sephora at JCPenney or a regular Sephora store, but if you bought it at a regular Sephora store, you can't return it to a Sephora at JCPenney store. If you purchase the item on Sephora.com, you can of course return it in store, or you can return it through the mail. If you're returning it through the mail, you have 60 days to initiate the return and 90 days for Sephora.com to receive your item back. You get a full refund of the purchase price of the product, and they will pay for return shipping. However, they will not refund for any shipping charges you originally paid unless the product was received damaged or defective. I know that was a lot of information, so feel free to ask any questions in the comments down below, and I'm linking the Sephora return policies in the description. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.